All right, you guys, hello. Welcome to our upper body focused workout today. We're going to go through a couple of different time blocks. So there's going to be 3 time blocks in total with 1 2-minute core blast at the end. You are going to need 2 medium weight dumbbells today and then 2 lightweight dumbbells. You might want to have 1 heavy, 1 handy in case you need it. And you're also going to need that step. So if you have your step, you're going to put the two risers on it. So it's just the 2 little blocks for that height. And we're going to be doing some incline chest presses today on that. So go ahead, get that set up. And then we will get started in just a few seconds with a 3-minute warm up. All right, you guys, we're gonna start with that 3-minute warm up today. We're gonna start with those body weight squats. So we're just gonna go heavy in the heels, coming up, squeezing those glutes at the top. We wanna use those arms as much as possible today during this warm up because we do have a lot of that upper body. Nice job, you guys. Let's go ahead, hinge at the hip here, bring those hands down to those shins, go into that squat, right arm up, left arm up, and stand. We're gonna go through that a couple of times here. Nice job. Keep that chest nice and proud. All right, nice job. We're gonna go into that reverse lunge. We're gonna rotate to that front leg. And then we're just gonna alternate sides here. Nice job. 1 more here. And then we're gonna go into that side lunge. You're just gonna sit back in that hip. Again, just using those arms. We're gonna bring that arm across your body and rotate here. Still sitting back in those hips. We're about halfway through this warm up. 1 more here. Nice job. We're gonna go down into that plank walkout. We are gonna add a little push up here today. So you're hinging at your hip, bringing it down. Go ahead, go down to those knees. If you need to, little chest press here. Come on up. Bring that right foot up. You're gonna twist and rotate. Bring it down, back to those knees. Little push up here. Left leg comes up. You're gonna twist and rotate, and then we're gonna just walk it right back up. Nice job. We're gonna do that again. Hinge, bring it down. Knees if you need to. Push up. Right leg, twist and reach. Back into that push-up. Left side, twist and reach. Walk it right back up. Nice job. 1 more time with this. Push up. Right leg. Squeeze, twist. Back to that push-up. Left leg. Twist and reach. Walk it up. Nice job. All right, you guys, we're gonna go through 3 exercises in our first block. Timing is 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We're gonna grab those medium weight dumbbells. We're gonna go down on our little bench here. And we're gonna go into an incline chest press. Feet are flat on the ground. And we're just gonna drive those dumbbells straight up. Palms are facing out. And then we're gonna go into a bent over row. So grab those medium weight dumbbells, sliding in those knees, hinging at the hip here. And we're just gonna drive those elbows straight back, keeping our back nice and flat, engaging that core. And then we're gonna go into some plank taps. So you're gonna go into that high plank, hands are directly below your shoulders, your booty is nice and low. We're just gonna tap right side and left side at that shoulder. All right, you guys, we got 10 seconds. Grab those medium weight dumbbells and let's get down to that bench. We're gonna do 3 sets total before we move on to that next exercise, okay? All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Chest press. Nice and slow here on the way down. It's that time under tension. We are halfway through this interval. Make sure you keep your back flat to that bench, or if you're not using a bench today, flat to your mat. Nice job. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. We have 20 seconds of rest here. And we're just gonna go right back into that chest press. And again, if you don't have a step or a bench, that's okay. You can do this just flat on your mat. All right, back to these incline chest presses. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Push your back up against that bench or that floor. Nice and slow here on the way down. We're halfway. Making sure that your head is on that bench if you're using a bench and your neck is not, over it. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Just making sure that you are positioned, that your head is low enough on your bench or your step so you're not putting strain on your neck, okay? We're gonna go back to that third set in about 5 seconds. Go ahead and get set up here. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're halfway. Ten more seconds here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, you guys. We're gonna come on up. We're actually done with our benches today, so if you want to get it out of your way, go right ahead. I'm going to move mine to the side. And we're going to go into that bent over row next. So just grabbing those medium weight dumbbells. Shoulders are always rolled back and down, sliping in those knees, hinging. And we're just going to drive those dumbbells straight back, okay? I'm looking about 3 feet in front of me, kind of slightly down to the front of my mat. I want to keep my spine nice and neutral. Making sure my back stays nice and flat. It's not arching out. It's not rounding out. Couple more seconds here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. 20 seconds of rest here. And then we're gonna go right back into that 40-second set there. So we do have a pretty long rest period. So if you do wanna go a little bit heavier with these, you can always do that. And always come back to the lighter ones if you need to. Here we go, sliping in those knees, hinge, driving back. Nice job. Making sure your body stays nice and still and you're not using any momentum and bouncing those arms or those weights back. We're halfway. Engaging my core, protecting my back. Nice job. Couple more seconds here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, making sure you're setting those weights down during that rest period. Keeping your water nice and close to you today. 10 more seconds. We're gonna go right back in to those bent over rows. All right, you guys, here we go. Sliping in those knees and hinge. 3, 2, and 1. We're working. We're halfway. Nice and slow. It's that time under tension always here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We are done with those bent over rows. We're gonna go into those plank shoulder taps next. We have 3 sets, 40 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Let's go ahead and get set up here. Bring it down. In that high plank, booty is low. Hands are directly below my shoulders. And I'm just gonna tap gently each shoulder. I don't wanna rotate my hips. I wanna keep my body and my core nice and tight, nice and straight the entire time. We're halfway. Nice work. We got this. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. 20 seconds of rest. Grab your water. Keep it next to you. Grab a drink if you need it. Back into that plank shoulder tap. We're going in 5 seconds. Let's get set up. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Make sure your hands are directly below your shoulders. You don't want to hyperextend or put our body in a bad alignment. That could cause injury. Squeeze your core. Keep that spine nice and neutral. Keep your belly button tucked in. Squeeze those glutes. We're over halfway. Nice work, you guys. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. 20 seconds of rest here. And we're gonna go right back into that plank shoulder tap, and that will be finishing our very first block. And then we are on to our second block. Nice work. All right, let's get set up. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. We are touching those shoulders side to side here. Hips are nice and square. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze that core. If you're having a hard time without, keeping those hips from rotating, just slightly open up that stance with those feet a little bit, and that will help you. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We're on to our second block, 3 new exercises here. This one, we're gonna stay on our knees here. We're gonna plant our toes right into that mat, okay? We're gonna go into an Arnold Press. So an Arnold Press, palms are facing me, or you're facing yourself. You're gonna bring them out and then up. So we are rotating those wrists at the bottom for that Arnold Press. Then you're gonna come onto your feet, and we're gonna go into an alternating hammer curl. Palms are facing each other, siphon in those knees, shoulders roll back and down. And we're just gonna bring each dumbbell up one at a time. Nice and slow on the way down, okay? Then you're gonna go into a Russian twist, coming back down to your mat. You can keep those feet on the ground, or for an added challenge, you can bring them off the ground. And we're just gonna go side to side. So again, we have 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And we're gonna get started with that Arnold Press. For this one, we are gonna rotate through. So we'll do 1 each, and we'll just do that 3 times. Get those feet planted, toes are on that mat planted down. Palms are facing you, and we're gonna go in to that Arnold Press. You're squeezing your glutes here, okay? That's gonna help you stay nice and stable. It's gonna keep that core nice and tight. Make sure that your arms, your elbows Do not go past that 90 degrees. So really making sure we're holding those elbows up. 10 more seconds here. And then we're gonna go to our feet for that hammer curl. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds of rest here. Put those dumbbells down. You need to switch out the weight or you're using the same weight. Let's go ahead, grab the ones you're gonna use. Let's get set up. Shoulders are rolled back and down, sliding in those knees. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Alternating hammer curls. And again, make sure that you're not using your upper body as momentum. I don't want to see a lot of this swinging, right? So everything is nice and tight. The only thing that's moving is my arms. I'm really focusing on keeping everything nice and tight, nice and engaged. 10 more seconds here. We are all about building that lean muscle in this phase 2 of our 2025 Stronger Together series. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds of rest here. And then we're going down to our mat for those Russian twists. So you can grab a heavier weight dumbbell if you want to, or you can use that medium weight. Your feet can be up or down, depending on how much you want a challenge today. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Side to side. You're slightly leaning back here, making sure we're engaging our core and we're breathing through it. Nice job, you guys. Stronger every day, right? Stronger together, stronger every day. I love it. Ten more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. All right, we have 20 seconds to rest here. We're gonna go back into those Arnold presses. Toes are planted to that mat. I am gonna go a little bit heavy here in this weight. Probably gonna be pretty hard, but I'm gonna try. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. My core is nice and engaged here. And I'm squeezing my glutes because when I do that, I am really lightening up that posterior chain. Even my hamstrings are getting a little bit of work here as I plant my feet to the ground. So we are over halfway. Ten more seconds. Should be getting a little bit challenging here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Whew. That last set got me. All right, we are going into that Russian twist. We have about 10 more seconds here. So let's get ready, let's get set up. Here we go, in 3, 2, and 1. Slightly leaning back. Your feet are on the ground or they are up, depending on how you feel. I would rather you have more control over your core and your upper body if your feet are planted than having your feet up and just not feeling a lot of control. So don't lift your feet up just because you feel like you want to do that. Make sure that you are nice and stable and you're ready for that and strong enough to still be engaging your core and not hitting those hip flexors. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right. We are going to go into that hammer curl. Swiping in those knees, shoulders are rolled back and down. And we're just going to alternate here. Nice job. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. All right, we're gonna go back up into that hammer or that Arnold press. Let's go ahead and get set up here. My feet are planted. My core is nice and tight. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Palms start facing you, and you're keeping those elbows at that 90 degree, not letting them drop down. Nice job. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. All right, we're back into that Russian twist. Grab a drink if you need it. All right, you guys, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Side to side here. Nice work. Ten more seconds here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. All right, we are going back to the top here. We have that Arnold press. We're going in 10 seconds. Feet are planted. Core is tight. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Nice job, you guys. It's getting harder to keep those elbows up. Hang in there. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We are done with that second block. We are on to our third block. We're gonna go through 3 exercises. We have a tricep kickback, lateral raise, and a bird dog. So that tricep kickback, slight bend in those knees, shoulders are rolled back and down. You're gonna be hinging at your hips here. Elbows are tucked in, and we're just gonna drive those weights straight back. Your lateral raise, slight bend in those knees. We're gonna alternate right and left here. So just a little slight bend in my elbow, just so it keeps it nice and soft. And you're gonna go through those alternate raises. Then you're gonna go into that bird dog. You're gonna come down on all fours here. You're gonna take that right arm or that right leg and that left arm, and you're gonna go side to side here. Your goal with this is to keep your hips nice and straight. So we're not rotating, we're keeping everything nice and straight there. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna go in about 10 seconds. Let's go ahead, that tricep kickback. Here we go, in 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We are halfway here. You feel that right in the back of those arms. 5 more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds of rest here. And then we're gonna go into those alternate lateral raises. 5 seconds. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. My elbows are nice and soft here, but my arms are still straight. My elbows are just not locked out. Okay, we're gonna protect our low back, slight bend in those knees. Nice job. Five seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go into those bird dogs. Shut up. All right, you guys, we're going into those bird dogs. All right, here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Opposite arm, opposite leg, nice and slow, making sure you get that full range of motion here to really fire up that glute. We're halfway. We're looking straight down to our mat. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We have 20 seconds of rest. Grab a drink here. We're gonna go back into those tricep kickbacks. All right, you guys, here we go. Shoulders are rolled back and down, slight bend in those knees. We're hinging. Pushing back here. Looking straight down, couple feet in front of us, keeping our spine nice and neutral here. Nice job. Couple more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, you guys. Next up is that alternating lateral raise. You're using those lighter weight dumbbells. Nice big deep breath here, slight bend in those knees. Let's get ready. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, keep your core tight. Chest is nice and proud, looking straight ahead here. Nice work. 10 more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We're gonna go back into that bird dog. We're in that tabletop position. Let's get ready. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Try to have as little movement as possible. Like if I had a cup of tea or something, I wouldn't want to spill it if it was on my back. So if you could just think of something like that, try to keep your back nice and straight. We want to make sure that we're really engaging that core here. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. One more set. Each one of those exercises, and then we are on to our 2-minute core challenge, core block here. Let's get set up. We're going into that tricep kickback. Shoulders are rolled back and down, swiping in those knees. We are hinging. Elbows are tight. Let's do it. Nice job, you guys. We are on the home stretch. We're halfway. Ten more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. 20 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna go into those lateral raises. Woo. Catch your breath. All right, you guys, stay strong here. Here we go. Siphon in those knees in 3, 2, and 1. Side to side. Elbows are soft. My core is engaged. My shoulders are away from my ears. We're halfway. Nice work. Come on, hang in there. We got this. You guys are awesome. Couple more. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. 20 seconds of rest going into those bird dogs, and then we just have that 2-minute little core block. Piece of cake. You guys got this. All right, let's get set up. All fours here. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Engaging that glute. When you come up, you want to make sure that everything stays in that straight line, okay? Keeping your hips square. We're halfway. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We have 2 minutes of work left in this workout. We have a plank hold for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna flip it over into a dead bug. We're gonna grab those lightweight dumbbells when we do that. So keep those guys nice and close. All right, you guys, we're gonna go into that plank hold. We have 30 seconds here. We're holding. $15 more seconds. I'm gonna flip over and I'm gonna do that dead bug. You guys can watch me do that first one as a demo, and then we're gonna do that next set together, okay? All right, so you guys can break out of that plank. We're gonna go into that dead bug. I'm gonna grab these lightweight dumbbells. I'm gonna hold them straight above my head. Toes are dorsiflex, which means they're not pointed. And we're just gonna come down, pressing my back against the mat the entire time as I alternate through each leg, okay? So that's what that looks like. All right, let's go back into that plank. 30 seconds. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. My elbows are directly underneath my shoulders. My booty is nice and low. I'm looking straight down to my mat, and I'm really just focusing on my breathing, and I'm focused on keeping my belly button tucked in to my spine so that everything stays nice and straight. 10 more seconds, and then we're going right into that dead bug. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over here. dumbbells coming up, toes are dorsiflex. My back, I'm pushing up against that mat because I do not want to round it out here. Nice job. All right, you guys, we're gonna put these down. We're gonna go back into that plank hold for 30 seconds to finish up this workout. Let's get there. 30 seconds. We're holding. Nice job, you guys. Way to start this program out strong. We're on phase 2. We're focusing on building that lean muscle, building on all of the foundation that we did do in phase 1. If you're just starting in phase 2, you guys are just fine as well. I will walk you through anything you need. So don't you worry, I got you. All right, you guys, bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Come on up. We're going to stretch out that shoulder. That right arm comes across your body. All right. Make sure that we are keeping track of our workout. We're keeping track of our nutrition. We're really focusing on making those small changes in this phase of our program. All right, we're going to go down to our mat here. And all we're going to do, we're going to sit back in those heels, and we're just going to stretch out that lower back. Bring on up and kind of round out your back, stretch out, and then bring it back down, arch your back, head comes up. And then you're just going to sit back again in those hips. All right, go ahead, come on down to your mat, flip over. We're going to bring that right leg up, and we're going to twist it across our body. Right arm comes out to the side. Nice work, you guys. All right, we are going to switch legs here. Across your body. Left arm comes out to the side. All right, come on up. Way to crush your first workout. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day today, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. See you later.